Hey everyone, this is Brobuscus, and welcome back to another, well not welcome back, but welcome to a Let's Watch of UniVS-The. I don't do this very often, in fact I don't do this at all. This is going to be my first time, and hopefully this continues. But I'm also really quiet because my parents are probably busy right now. I'll probably turn myself up while I'm editing, but yeah, UniVS-The has been kind of gone for a while. I've made videos on the show before, and I'm part of Leo's Discord server. But it's been on pretty much, it's kind of on hiatus actually. A way longer hiatus than I was on. Even including the break between the hiatus and like December or something when I started uploading videos again. But yeah, anyways. But it's back now, so I thought, why not celebrate and watch it. I'm sorry how tired I am. Parents are probably busy. I'm extremely tired. My day wasn't that great. I'm just kind of out of it. I'm probably gonna wind up taking a nap after this. I'm not gonna lie. But I need to get this. Let's get this done. We have the Deadly Six versus Spector and the Freaky Monkey 5. Basically, okay, so the Deadly Six are from Sonic Lost World, which I've never actually played Sonic Lost World, but I've heard pretty much mixed reviews on it. I've seen the story and it looks pretty cool. I've seen gameplay and it looks like Sonic was trying to pull off a Super Mario Galaxy, which is great in my opinion because I loved Super Mario Galaxy. As for Spector and the Freaky Monkey 5, I have never played Ape Escape. I am not going to lie to you. I know it's sort of popular. It's kind of like Spyro. It was popular for the time, but then it kind of fell out. But Spyro had like redesigns and reboots, basically different timelines, basically, and he's coming back for a remaster. Meanwhile, Ape Escape has nothing, I don't think. So I guess I don't have a whole lot to say. I'm rooting for the Deadly Six. From what I know about Ape Escape, in terms of versus, I think the 5 should win. But for all I know, they could scale to absolutely nothing in Ape Escape, and the Deadly Six are way superior to them. I don't know. I think the 6 should scale to Sonic, or Zavik should at least, which is like city level, I think. Yeah, it is. Because Sonic defeated Perfect Chaos in Generations in his base form. They don't scale to Supersonic, because actually, ironically enough, I don't think Supersonic shows up at all in Lost World. It doesn't show up in Forces. I have Forces. Unpopular opinion, but Forces is actually not that bad in my opinion. I actually kind of liked Forces. It's not like super great, but it's not that bad. Yeah, so I want the Deadly Six to win. I'm gonna go ahead and predict the 5 to win. Spectre and the 5. That's what I'm gonna call them, Spectre and the 5. Gosh dang it, okay. Alright, so I've rambled and in quietness. But let's just watch.
Oh yeah, guess who's back in the game?
Oh, he's going back to this intro, okay. I've been trying to get into Stardust Crusaders. I watched a couple episodes of it, it was pretty cool. I might finish the series, I don't know. Yeah, let's do this. It's been so long.
All two universes. In this show, we will analyze the stats, weapons, and abilities of two fighters to find out who would win in a battle to the death. Many people have predicted the outcome, so let's see who guessed right and who guessed wrong. And be
I
sure
wonder
to
if he
stay tuned
recorded
after the
this
episode so you can see
before
the next fighters and make your predictions down in the
he
comment section below,
lost
or
motivation
with
to
the
work
video
on the show.
response. And who knows, your comment or
Because it
video
sounds like
response could
he's
be featured
trying
in the
to
very
sound like
next
he has
episode.
motivation
With all that
for
said,
it,
let's
but
meet our many fighters. The Deadly Six from Sonic Lost World,
No, he
and the
doesn't.
Freaky Monkey 5 with their boss Spector from Ape Escape. Which of these fearsome fighting foes will come out on top? This is UniVS.
I thought he was just kind of tired or sick at the time.
Not much is known about these enemies. They're a race of mysterious creatures known as the Zeddy, who supposedly live on a floating island called the Lost Hex. As it turned out, these creatures had incredible powers and fighting skill, leading the villainous Dr. Eggman to track them down and enslave them with a cacophonic conch that kept their powers in check. Eggman's plan seemed to be working pretty well. He had a deadly force of 6 and no one to stop him except a single hedgehog. I mean, yeah, Tails was there too, but he never does anything anymore. Anyways, everything could have gone well for Eggman if Sonic hadn't knocked the cacophonic conch away from Eggman, releasing the Zeddy from his clutches. With their powers unrestricted, the Zeddy were able to get their revenge on Dr. Eggman and plan to use his equipment to zap the energy from the planet below. But even with their powers unrestricted, that wasn't going to keep Sonic away, so they needed to prepare for battle with their many abilities. All the Zeddy seem to have the ability to shoot out pure energy that can either explode or chase down their foes. Zaz is crazy and can launch a giant yellow ball of doom at his enemies or just shoulder charge them. Zomom can try and stomp on his enemies or create tornadoes by spinning.
Zomon is voiced by Patrick
Xena
Seitz,
seems
by
to
the way.
control the power
Fun
of
fact.
snow and ice. Master Zik controls the power of fruit. Zor is super moody and controls and manipulates shadows. He also can control mechanical objects that can shoot missiles. Then finally is their leader Zavok, who has the most abilities.
And is also the
He's an
coolest
expert
of the
in hand-to-hand
bunch.
combat,
Just
controls
saying.
a giant metal dragon that conducts electricity, and he can change his size
Screw
and
Xena,
spit
though.
fire. And while
Xena
the
and
Zeddy
Zor,
all
screw
have
them.
different powers,
Zavok's
they
cool.
unfortunately share the same weakness.
Zavok and
If you
Zik are
recall
cool.
Before, I stated that Eggman was able to keep their power restricted with a device called the cacophonic conch. Cacophonic meaning a sound that is unpleasant, loud, and non-musical. The Zeddy also
Zavok
have the
and
ability
Zik
to
are
control
cool.
and manipulate technology, but it seems
Zon-
these sounds can disable the
Xena
ability
and
entirely.
Zor are
Either way, though,
awful,
the
and the
Zeddy are
rest are
still a force to be
okay.
reckoned with. They are able to destroy
Zon
a
and
metal
Zaz,
bridge by
right.
chopping and checking boulders larger than themselves. Now, the Zeddy don't have very many physical feats of strength on their own. I mean, most of them can affect a giant sphere of land, which should be large building level or higher in terms of their own strength. But what about scaling?
Sonic.
Well, they do seem to be on par with Sonic's base form that was able to defeat the city flooding perfect chaos. And when you consider the fact that Sonic's quills are able to rip and tear through metal like nothing, it's a pretty impressive durability feat that the Zeddy can survive beatings from the blue blur. As for speed though, Sonic in his base form is able to run so fast that he casually breaks the sound barrier, and he's able to outpace Knuckles, who can punch so fast that his fists ignite at Mach 5. They may not have been enough to push Sonic to his super form, but I wonder if they're enough to wipe out Spector and his fighting team. Let's take a look.
Somebody messed up royally because we don't have Sonic. We know.
It all started at a little place called Monkey Park,
Spector.
home to a
Fun
sweet
fact,
little albino
Spector
monkey.
was originally going to
However,
fight
this
Kakashi
poor
from
monkey was
Naruto.
mistreated, leading him to one day break out.
But,
he ran away
we
and
lost
ended up
the file
making
for
his way
that,
to the lab of a genius
and
inventor, where he
didn't-
found a device called the Peak Point helmet. When putting it on,
Didn't see much of a reason to continue it, so he gave
With
up
his
on it.
enhanced mind, he
Kakashi was
crafted up a
gonna
plan
win,
to take
by
over
the
the
way.
world with time travel and his fellow monkeys so they'd never be mistreated by man again. Unfortunately, though, his plans were foiled by a monkey catcher named Spike, and he was sent back to the park. It didn't take long for him to break out and get his hands on the helmet again, though, and this time he made sure he wouldn't fail by creating Super Vita Z bananas to power up a new fighting force to aid him. This fighting force was known as the Freaky Monkey 5, and
Who
just like
have
with
the
Deadly
most
Six, we'll take a look
ridiculous
at their shared
designs I've
abilities
ever
first.
seen.
Similar to Spectre, each member of this team has their own peak point helmet, bringing their mind to its highest point possible. They can summon and control mechanical minions and create shockwaves.
Oh, they can control machines
One
too?
thing you'll learn about when fighting these guys is that you'll have lots of shockwaves to jump over. Monkey Blue rides around on a motorbike, wields a gun, and can even protect himself in a barrier of energy. Monkey Yellow can teleport, is a sumo wrestler, and can shoot ninja stars out of his nipples. Monkey Pink is a singer, can push back her foes with sound waves, and control electricity. Her anger is her power. Monkey White is a genius inventor and has a robot with all of Jimmy's gadgets. He can even control his own mechanical metal dragon. And Monkey Red is a martial arts expert with the power of fire. Then finally is Spector with the most abilities. This crazy little albino monkey can fly, he can teleport, he can control machines, he can control energy.
Now, can the Deadly Six control the Monkey 5's machines?
Gigantic fireballs that explode into a bunch of tiny ones. And with these powers, these monkeys
If they can, that gives them an advantage. I don't know if it's enough, but...
suplex a dinosaur, Monkey White's metal dragon can blow up a stone bridge, Monkey Pink can destroy her entire stage and performance area in her anger. In fact, Monkey Pink's anger gets so bad that it once created an explosion that almost eclipsed an entire island. Spector himself was able to survive the destruction of an alien base, the explosion reaching town levels of destructive power. And it was done with his own satellite ray too. The Freaky Monkey 5 should also be able to scale to Jimmy, who survived an explosion on the moon so intense that it was visible from space, reaching continent levels of power. And if that wasn't enough, Spector and his monkeys were smart enough to build a gigantic space station larger than the moon itself. And Dr. Tomoki, who at least Spector should be superior to, was able to survive the self-destruction of that space station. All this along with some impressive bullet and laser dodging speed feats that reach hypersonic levels, it's pretty safe to say that these monkeys are freaky. But can freaky beat deadly? Let's take a look at your predictions while I calculate the results.
I'll give up my evil ways if you can beat me. Okay then. Let's settle this.
What the heck? Okay. Okay, while this is going on, because it's like inaudible as crap, I should note for the next time, I don't know what the specific next time is, but being a part of Leo's Discord, Leo drops a lot of matchups that he's going to do in the future.
Today we're talking about the next UniVS-The, which is the team.
Exactly, but tell me who you going for right quick.
Oh.
We can get started.
Well, first of all, we should probably say who the fighters is. Yeah.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Z-Dog, once you introduce the fighters.
It's the Deadly Six from Sonic
so
versus
there's like a catalog of matchups that I know are happening.
Oh. Plus, okay.
So it's very unlikely that I'm gonna bump in. So it's very unlikely for the near future.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah, same.
I'm going with Deadly Six.
That I don't know is gonna happen.
Yeah, that's the main problem here, because a lot of the Freaky Furious 5 like equipment is like mechanical. So a lot of the Deadly Six could hack their machines and have them work together.
But I have like no idea what's gonna be next, because usually Leo will drop like hints of what he's gonna be doing, like what the next episode is. But this time he didn't, because for the longest time we thought he was probably done working on the show. So, but who knows? Maybe we'll bump into a matchup that he hasn't talked about, but I doubt it. There's way too many of them.
Oh yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah. Also, I personally think that it... Oh god. Yeah. And I also think the Deadly Six have a experience edge over them, mainly because of Master X, their leader, because he has... I forget what he says, but like he's like... Well, he was their founder, and I think he had like 100 years like worth of...
And he also has mild telekinesis. He's fast enough to keep up with Sonic, and he showed us some cutscenes.
Yeah.
He's one of the most smartest ones in the group. He trained all the Zeds.
I have nothing to say. I've seen this video already, the prediction video. Wow, I guess I could talk about that poll. 72-31 in the Deadly Six's favor. Well, for the poll's sake, I hope the Deadly Six win. Otherwise, that's gonna look really bad.
Oh yeah, the Navi
It's just
conch.
called Conch.
Yeah, but I don't think it works like that. I think Conch is a specific.
I think it was like sound unique to the
Okay,
network.
this guy spelled obviously
Yeah.
wrong.
I don't think the weakness is just sound waves in general.
See, when I saw the Deadly Six in the, I saw Deadly Six in the thumbnail, but then I saw who they were fighting. And
It has to be
is
something
okay.
different that you can't just make yourself.
Very true.
Yeah, so their sound waves wouldn't affect them.
Good point. That's a good point. Simple Star, you have anything you want to add?
Yeah, like the yellow monkey, like he's not even that durable. Like you just need to.
The issue with this comment,
and he'll go
it's not
back
really
up.
that bad of an
Yeah,
argument.
this isn't its giant form.
But the other issue is that
Yeah, he's not that strong either.
so they're able to fight with Sonic, meaning they can at least react to him, not be as
What do
fast.
you guys think?
Sonic holds back like all the time, so well, at least in speed.
I mean, you just never know. There might be
So-
something in there that we missed, you know? So,
But this thing is, they rely on mainly machines, right? So
Yeah.
that's going to be their
Yeah.
biggest problem.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem for them.
well, yeah, that's what we all agreed on basically before this even started. I mean, the whole machine manipulation and all that.
Because
So it's not looking good.
have like some weird ability.
My question is, how are the Deadly? Can the Deadly Six manipulate
So that basically sums that up. I
the
mean,
Monkey Five's machines? Because they can do the same thing.
training probably, I mean, yeah, experience.
They control their
I think
machines,
overall everything.
but can the Deadly Six control what's already being
Well,
controlled?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, he even beats the yellow monkey easy because.
If it boils down to
he
like
can deal damage
who can
easy.
control machines better, then I have no clue. But then they could just cancel out, and then the 5 win in stats.
That's pretty
And
good.
also the fat one, the big old yellow fat one from the Deadly Six is actually fast enough to spin around so fast he can actually create tornadoes.
Yep.
The
Oh, they're pretty
continent,
versatile, it sounds
the
like.
continent level thing.
But I believe
Island
that's
level.
it. So,
Shout out to
Moon
Leopold the
level
Brave,
explosion
with
or something.
Deadly freaking Six here.
yep, Deadly Six all the way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Deadly
no
Six.
contest.
Yep.
Yep. Mid-diff at best with Wank. Have a great day, guys. Peace.
Yep.
Alright, here we go. The 5 win.
And the results
I'm
are
saying
in.
5.
The winners are Spector and the Freaky Monkey 5. Yeah, remember that episode I canceled, Spector versus Kakashi, saying Kakashi wins anyways? Turns out I was wrong. Ape Escape gets crazy. So let's have a look. We will begin with the Deadly Six's advantages, or supposed advantages. The first one being experience.
Spectre actually
They likely
wins.
have more experience as Master Zik founded the group and he's as old as dirt, meaning they've likely been around longer. There's also the fact that they have more experience working together as a team, where the Freaky Monkey 5 are often in one-on-one matches. But that's about it. Experience alone can't help you through everything. Now I know
True.
what you're thinking. The Deadly Six's technology controlling powers should give them an advantage, right? I mean, after all, the Monkey's powers rely on their peak point helmets, which are technology. But there appear to be some limitations to the Deadly Six's powers. First, it seems like they cannot control devices that are more manual than automatic, as they weren't able to control Dr. Eggman's Eggmobile. They
Oh, I
had to
guess that's
destroy it.
true.
Second, it seems they can't control technology with its own free will. They weren't able to affect Orbot, Cubot, or Cyborg Tails. Third, Monkey Pink's sound
Yeah, they
manipulation
cyber-
would be able to
they
affect
cyberized
the city
Tails
the same
and
way
lost
as
control.
Mechaphonic Kong,
Okay, I
disabling
didn't
their
even
technology
realize that.
controlling abilities. Then finally, there's the fact that Spectre and the Freaky Monkey 5 have that ability as well. They were smart enough to build a space station bigger than the moon itself, so it's unlikely the Deadly Six would be overpowering them mentally anytime soon.
Wow.
So no, unfortunately having the power to control technology isn't an advantage for the Deadly Six. All they have is experience still, even when taking stats into consideration. The Deadly Six all survived beatings from Sonic but weren't able to push him into his super form. Sonic thrashed them all in his base form, which is town level and hypersonic in speeds at best. Spectre survived a town level blast on an alien ship. Monkey Pink was able to create nearly an island level blast. They all scaled a Jimmy who survived a continent level blast on the moon, and at least Spectre is superior to someone who's able to survive the destruction of a space station that was larger than the moon. Add that to their superior speeds of dodging lasers that can reach up to Mach 1000, and you've got yourself a victory fit for 5, plus 1. The winners are Spectre and the Freaky Monkey 5.
Have fun
I
filling
can't
your
say I'm
numbers
surprised.
sometimes. Well, bye-bye.
Alright.
Get ready for the next battle.
Which one of the many fights?
What's up, guys? Leopold the Brave here. Now, before I reveal the next fighters, first I want to say that just because UniVS is back doesn't mean it's going to be on its regular schedule. I didn't intend to bring it back this soon, but Animation Rewind gave me a shout out recently involving UniVS, so I really didn't want to disappoint the new subscribers that were waiting for a new episode. But anyways, the point is, UniVS may be back, but they won't be as close together as they originally were. I've really been enjoying making the other content that I've been making, and it seems to be gaining some momentum. So here's the deal. If you guys be sure to check out my other stuff and this momentum keeps up, you'll get more UniVS. When I was doing UniVS, it was so hard for my other content to get recognized. I became just the UniVS channel, which I didn't want. So if you keep me from becoming that again, you will get more UniVS. If those views on my other content start to dip, then I'm gonna have to stop UniVS to keep working on them. So be sure to help keep a balance. Anyways, let's get to the new fighters.
Oh. Scorpion versus Zuko? So remember when I said that... oh, that's funny. Remember when I said that there's such a catalog of episodes and I wouldn't be able to... there probably won't come a time for a good long while where he'll announce a matchup that he hasn't announced before, all that sort of stuff. Remember all that? Never mind. So Scorpion versus Zuko. That's interesting. I'll talk about that in a minute, but first let's talk about Deadly Six versus Freaky Monkey 5. First off, I called it. The Six didn't really stand much of a chance. I had hoped that there was something there, like the 5 don't scale to Spike or any of the higher tier feats in Ape Escape, but turns out they do. So yeah. So I knew in right off the bat that if they did scale, then the Six were gonna lose. And would you look at that? Kind of a shame. I do prefer the Deadly Six, mostly because I don't play Ape Escape and don't really have much of an intention of getting into it, I'm not gonna lie. It just looks very, see, whatever I would say about my thoughts on Ape Escape would probably sound hypocritical because I play games like Spyro the Dragon, Crash Bandicoot. I played Banjo-Kazooie at my mother's office at one point. That was pretty cool. And I do have intentions on getting into the Ratchet and Clank and Jack and Daxter series. I watched the Ratchet and Clank movie. So there's that. Unpopular opinion, I like the Ratchet and Clank movie. I actually don't know how unpopular that is because critically wise it's been doing pretty good, but just overall I've seen more people outside of reviews on stuff on Rotten Tomatoes or something, or IMDb. People really, they don't like the Ratchet and Clank movie because it's a video game movie. Video game movies are doomed to be bad even though they could be good. Nope, they're never going to be good. But they got professional voice acting. The voice acting is good, but it's a video game movie. But they got a good story. It's a video game movie. But look at the animation. It's a video game movie. It's people just push away movies like that all the time because, hey, you're a video game movie, so you're gonna suck. I get that video game movies aren't really the most successful out there, but come on. If you're gonna hate something, hate it because it does actually suck, not because it's going to suck because it's this thing and yada yada yada. I rambled. Wow, okay. I rambled on something completely different. Anyways, the only thing that kind of caught my attention as to what was during the Deadly Six analysis, they said that they scaled Sonic, who defeated Perfect Chaos, who flooded a city, and he said multiple times in the past that Sonic in his base form is city level, but then he said in the recap explaining why scaling to Sonic isn't enough, that he's only town level, which kind of irked me a bit, but it's whatever. Even city level isn't enough to beat the 5. Yeah, I guess I don't have a whole lot to say about this one, considering that this show doesn't use animations. There's just not a lot to talk about. It's just what the research came to, I guess. But that was a good episode. It was a good return to form. I'll be sure to check out Leo's other stuff to keep this going. And no, it's not because I just want to keep this going and I don't care about all the other stuff. I do care about that other stuff, but obviously I prefer universes. So I'm going to try to keep universes alive while also supporting his other stuff. So anyways, Scorpion versus Zuko. Interesting choice. I do think that's a pretty interesting matchup. Okay, I want Scorpion to win because I don't mind. Okay, a lot of people give Mortal Kombat and Avatar a lot of crap. I personally don't think they're that bad, and Scorpion and Zuko are pretty cool. Scorpion's like one of my favorite Mortal Kombat characters. I prefer there are 3 characters in Mortal Kombat that I prefer to Scorpion, and they are Raiden because he's my favorite, Shao Kahn because he's Shao Kahn. I don't know, there's not a lot to say about them. And Sector Sector as a character isn't that interesting, but I like Sector because he's really fun to play sometimes. Yeah, like Raiden's a god. Raiden's a god of thunder. I like lightning powers. So that's one thing. Shao Kahn's a monster. He's pretty cool, and Sector is really fun to play. And then there's Scorpion. As for Avatar, I can't say there are many characters in Avatar that I truly hate. There's a few. I hate Azula. I despise Azula with a passion. I'm not the biggest fan of Sokka or Katara. I don't know what that's gonna get. I don't know what people are gonna do to me by saying that, but whatever. I don't hate Sokka or Katara. I think they're interesting characters. It's just that I prefer there are other characters I prefer over them. Simple as that. Including Zuko. Zuko's not even my favorite Avatar character, so it's like whatever. So I want Scorpion to win. I'm not sure who I say does win, because I know Scorpion's like a normal tier Mortal Kombat character. Normal tiers are not that strong. Normal tier Mortal Kombat characters are kind of weak, actually. I remember Crossover X, when they did Sub-Zero versus Killa Diamond. They gave Sub-Zero, I think they gave him large building level and high hypersonic, I think. And I think it's safe to say that Scorpion and Sub-Zero are on par with each other. As for Zuko, I know Avatar isn't really that strong of a verse either. But I do wonder how they compare to Mortal Kombat. I don't know. Also, I think this is the second time both franchises are getting represented in the show. Because Avatar had Aang, but Mortal Kombat had Ermac. I think, yeah. I think that's it. So I guess no matter who wins, and also spoilers, both Aang and Ermac lost their fights. Aang lost to Jack from Jack and Daxter. Ermac lost to Tatsumaki from One Punch Man. So I guess no matter who wins, I guess they both get. I guess no matter what, one of them gets one win, one loss. Meanwhile, the other gets 2 losses. I do hope at some point that whoever does get their second loss for the show, I hope at some point they get a win that puts them back. But regardless, so yeah, that was the Deadly Six versus Spector and the Freaky Monkey 5. It was a cool episode, and I agree with the results. Next time we got Scorpion versus Zuko. Okay, see, every time I say Scorpion versus, I always think either Cinder from Killer Instinct or Ghost Rider. I never say Zuko, but I guess I gotta get used to it now. So Scorpion versus Zuko is next. I'm rooting for Scorpion. I don't know who's going to win. And yeah, so... So that's all I gotta say. So thank you guys for watching, and I will talk to you all later. Bye, everybody.